Hey, I'm Father Roderick, the Brick Priest, and today I want to talk about maybe one of the most exciting LEGO sets that has been announced this year. This one, a Pac-Man arcade machine. How cool is that? I am of the generation that has still played these games in genuine arcades. Of course, they're almost extinct now because everybody's playing on their Switch or on their PC or Xbox or PlayStation. But I remember the days that the only way to play video games was on these arcade machines, and I am so stoked that LEGO has decided to come out with this new set. They already did a very cool one based on the original Atari game computer, which people from my generation remember very fondly, and then of course you had the Nintendo sets, which were also really cool, but I never expected them to do this. And let's take a closer look to what this set actually looks like, because it's full of amazing details. All right, so here we see the official pictures posted on the LEGO website. And the first thing you notice is that it has all the official colors. It got the nice yellow, and I think that yellow color of the arcade machines was actually inspired by the same yellow color that was so iconic for the LEGO sets. And Pac-Man and LEGO have something very cool in common, and they use, very strong, vibrant primary colors. And so it feels like a match made in heaven. Now, what I also notice is how realistic this looks. I mean, you've not only the machine itself, the arcade machine, but the screen looks as if it is, printed. And at first I was like, okay, so probably you're just going to build the machine itself and then the screen will just be a sticker. But no, actually, what you see on the screen is made entirely out of LEGO, and it even animates. So we'll get to that in a minute. But the other thing I noticed right away was the big red joystick in the center. Very common on all the arcade machines. And what I love is that at the bottom of this photo, you see that there is a miniature arcade machine, plus a minifigure, and then I think that is a chewing gum machine on the left of it, and that blue-white thing, maybe it's a trash can, I can't really tell from here. And then, if you notice on the right side of the photo, you see that there is a lever, and that has to do with the mechanics of this thing, because it's not just the outside, no, on the inside, it may be just as interesting as the outside. So let's move on to the next photo. By the way, I also love Pac-Man and the two ghosts on top of the machine. And there's also a secret to what you see on top of the arcade machine. So here is the box. Looks amazing. I love the artwork. It looks premium, and of course it is premium because this is not a children's set. It's clearly aimed towards the people that react with nostalgia like I do, and that usually have a little bit more money to spend than the younger generation. But I love the way this looks. It is gorgeous. Here we have our first video, so let's just press play and see what happens. So this is one of those turnaround renders, I suppose. And again, you can tell that the screen, if you look closely, you will see that it actually is made out of technical Lego and all sorts of tiny little studs, and I don't know exactly how it works. That's probably one of the things that's going to be the fun of building a set like this, is discover how did they do this. There's also a big sticker with Pac-Man. I suppose that is a sticker. It looks like a sticker. And I think there are some more stickers on this set. So let's move over to this photo. It's slightly closer. What I notice immediately is that on the bottom, like behind the joystick, you see like tiny little studs with Pac-Mans on it, and I think those indicate the number of lives that you have left. So usually you would get like 3 or 4 lives, and then if you died 4 times, then you had to pay again to play, to continue to play. And I hope that those are actually printed. printed. I don't think they are stickers. On the right side, you see that you can actually detach the top thing because that was not part of the original arcade. And I love that they did the Pac-Man and the Ghost with genuine Lego pieces. If they would sell that just as a unique set, I would still buy it because it looks really cool. And I love the colors also that they chose. The yellow, the red, and the orange makes for a very vibrant, warm combination of colors. Right, let's see. Here, this is very cool. You can actually open the back, which will then reveal the innards of the arcade. And you'll be able to see the technique of how the screen is animated. But this was also what you would do on a real arcade machine if it needed maintenance. They would turn it around, screw open the back, and that's how they would be able to fix whatever was broken. And so I love that they kept that here as an option for this set. So you can actually, when you show this to people, not only does it look cool as a display model, but you can actually just turn it around and let people peek inside. And I think there is another sticker here on the right. Those are stickers that closely resemble the artwork that was on the original arcade machines. And here you see that you can store that small display with the miniature diorama, with the mini arcade and the minifigure. You can store that inside the machine so it won't get lost. And above that, you can see already part of the mechanics. You see those levers, and it looks something that will probably take a long time to build. And what I can't really figure out is how, what they used as the basis of the screen. Maybe it's just one big piece with holes in it, and then you can see that there's some red technical elements in there. So I'm very curious to discover how this will be built in when you're actually constructing the set. All right, here we get a close-up of the top of the display, and this reveals another very cool feature. These three figures from the game can turn around, and I'm sure you have played Pac-Man. So this is when you eat one of the big glowing pills, the bigger ones. Of course, you have to gobble up all the small pieces. But if you eat up one of those bigger pills, then the ghosts become vulnerable, and they turn blue like that, and they have their little, squiggly mouth because they're afraid. And then the tables are literally turned because then Pac-Man can go and eat the ghosts. And this is what's so cool about the whole revolving mechanism. It actually changes the perspective as well, because when they're just facing to the left, the ghosts are pursuing Pac-Man, and then you can turn it around, and then Pac-Man is actually facing the ghost because he's about to eat them. So how cool is that? You can also see the smaller pieces there underneath with a Pac-Man circle, and then the red and the orange, the purple and the blue ghost. I love that. This is more sticker work, I think, but very cool. There seems to be a mechanism. You can see here, right there. There's a knob you can turn, and you can probably change the score that is displayed on the left. So those seem to be transparent windows. The one up is clearly a sticker, but then the other two windows seem to be transparent. So I wouldn't be surprised that if you turn that thing, it will have a revolving mechanism, so you can update the score. Here you also get a much better view of how the actual maze that you see on the screen is built, and these are pieces that I've never seen before. So they're rectangular tiles, apparently, seemingly, but they have this blue border, and I don't know if that's printed. I hope it is. I can't imagine that those are stickers, because then of course that would fade, and it could peel off over time. And if you look in the lower left corner, you can see that the side of that tile is also blue, which seems to be a confirmation that these are not stickers. Another option is that the actual black part of the tile, that is a sticker, that you have to place that on top. That may be the way they do this? I hope not. I hope these are printed tiles, but on the other hand, that would require Lego to come up with a whole slew of new types of tiles. So something tells me that this is sticker based. The cool thing is that maybe you are able to create even other mazes than the standard maze, since these tiles you can just move them around. So maybe it's possible to create other variants of the Pac-Man maze. But maybe I'm asking for too much. This already looks amazing. All right, this is the back of the box. Also amazing artwork. I always love these photos where when you're in the store, you're like, oh my gosh, this look at all those details. And it shows you basically the same photos that we just saw. But yeah, it's just gorgeous artwork. Here you see one of those photos where they place it inside what looks like an IKEA, fake living room. You even have the IKEA chair there in the background. That I recognize from the catalog. But this gives you an idea of what it could look like in your house. Now, of course, most hardcore Lego fans don't have living rooms like this, with only one Lego thing on display. Look at me, look at behind me here in the cupboards. There's Lego everywhere. So this is a fictional depiction of how it can look. But I have to say, with the colors, and then of course here the house is also painted in with nice colors that match the Pac-Man set to give it even more punch. It still looks really cool on display. All right, here you see for the first time how this set can be used and the mechanics of it. And you see that this lady is turning the lever on the side of the machine. And of course I want to see what happens when you do that. So maybe there's a video of that. Let's see. Here again, a close-up of the back. You see a little bit more of the overall mechanics, and in the center there may be also pieces that are moving. Of course, the ghosts in the center square or rectangle are supposed to move around. So maybe they created mechanics to accomplish that as well. Yeah, all in all, very impressive mechanics as far as I can tell. And here is another video. So let's click it and see what happens. Let's turn off the sound. And here we go. It zooms out. Gorgeous. Here you see the building process. And it looks pretty intricate. You close the back of the machine. That's the revolving mechanism. I love that. Maybe that's my favorite mechanics. Oh, it's got a light brick behind the coin slot. Did you see that? That was amazing. And there is the score mechanics. Let's go back. I want to see this again. Because look at this. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Fantastic. It almost seems as if the Pac-Man itself is also changing. Like in the center, you see first, like in the middle, you see Pac-Man, and then it turns into a blob. I don't know how that works. Maybe it's just an artifact. And you can see the ghosts also moving around. I want to see it again. This is so cool. Now, of course, what I suppose is this is a loop, right? It just goes back and forth. Of course, they cannot emulate an entire game. That would be technically impossible, but you can play the video game for that. But it does really work. It feels like you're watching a real computer screen. I am so impressed by what they did. Of all the various video game-based Lego sets, this is absolutely my favorite so far. I was impressed what they did with the Mario and the Nintendo set. That also had like moving parts, but this is even more detailed. I am so curious to hear your thoughts. Are you going to get this set? Then let's take a look at the price here for a moment, because this is not going to be cheap. All right, let's scroll down. It's going to be $269.99. That's US dollars, and I think it's €299. So this is not cheap. But man, this is so cool. This will be available on June the 4th, it says, unless you are a VIP member, then you can order this 3 days in advance. I wouldn't be surprised if this set is super popular, and maybe if you are contemplating, if you've saved up in order to get this set, you may want to try to order fast because this may sell out at least the first batch. But oh my gosh, let me know in the comments what you think. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more. Talk to you later.